And Governor Abbott, thank you so much for joining us. We have some questions for you. I know you're a busy fella. First off, the Victoria Television Group has worked hard to put together virtual graduation ceremonies for VISD high schools this weekend. What are the best bits of wisdom you can give to us that we can share with the class of 2020?
Well, first, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. This is one of the most special nights in your lifetime, and it's a night that you deserve to celebrate. And I realize that you may not be celebrating the way that you wanted to, but understand this very important fact, and that is what you have been through is unlike any other class has been through before. And what it's done, it has set you up in a situation that has allowed you to overcome an enormous challenge on your pathway to the future. That ability to overcome challenges is one of the most valuable aspects of your life that will ensure that you will be successful in all of your future endeavors.
Governor, an area high school senior had this question for you. Will Texas institute a full functioning online education system that will be used statewide, or will online services be left up to local school districts?
Great question. So know this, and that is, as we move forward with education, we do want to maintain the traditional classroom setting because it is a far better setting for children to engage with teachers as well as classmates and things like that. That said, we know that to provide the education of the future will require a more robust and complete online learning platform. And part of the funding that's been provided by the federal government ensures that Texas will be able to provide that to every home in every region across the entire state of Texas.
Governor Abbott, Texas reported 1,855 more cases of the new coronavirus Thursday, the biggest one-day jump in this pandemic so far for Texas. How much of that can be attributed to the Memorial Day weekend, and how much of that can be attributed to increased testing in the state?
Sure. Very important question that your viewers need to know the answer to, and that is there is a reason why there was a spike in those testing positive yesterday, and you may actually continue to see that through the remainder of this week and early next week. And it really doesn't so much relate to the Memorial Day weekend. What it relates to is the massive amount of tests that the state implemented in jails and in nursing homes over the course of the past week, and those results just came back yesterday. We are testing massively in jails and prisons across the state of Texas, and we are getting a very high positivity rate in those areas, a positivity rate at more than 10%. As a result, you will see a short-term spike, but what we've seen in the past is once we surge resources into those types of settings in about a week or two, the people testing positive declines and a sense of normalcy returns.
Governor, how much is the Texas economy improving with the reopening of the state so far?
Good news is the economy actually is beginning to make a turn and go down the pathway of improving. Unfortunately, because of what happened in the pandemic, we had a record amount of unemployment. Fortunately, however, because we are opening up the economy, we are seeing more people get back to work. We are seeing a decline in the unemployment rolls, and we want people to get off of the unemployment rolls and get back into the paycheck line where they are earning the income they need to pay their bills and to put food on the table.
Governor, some businesses in Texas are open 50%, some 25%, and some, like water parks, are opening at 25% today. What are the criteria for businesses to open at 50% or more in Texas?
Well, we look at our safe practices, and what we have seen for businesses that open up at the 50% capacity like restaurants is they are able to space tables in a way that people are unlikely to be transmitting COVID-19. And so what we constantly look for are ways that we can open up businesses as fully as possible while using strategies that reduce the spread of COVID-19.
How is the cleaning process going by the Texas National Guard of nursing homes and assisted living facilities in Texas?
That process is going well, and this is so important for your viewers to know. We are testing 100% of the nursing homes in the state of Texas, both the residents there as well as the staff working there, because we want to ensure that nursing homes in the state of Texas will not be situations where the residents there would be subject to contracting COVID-19 and be subject to some of the worst consequences of COVID-19. Part of that process does include the National Guard going in and sanitizing those nursing homes, and that is proceeding very rapidly, very well. We hope to be able to complete that process by the end of next week.
Governor, last question for you. Finally, the hurricane season starts Monday, and we're still recovering here from Harvey almost 3 years later. How well prepared is the state for possibly another major hurricane?
So I've already begun working with the chief of the Texas Division of Emergency Management as we prepare for hurricane season. I'm glad you brought it up because your audience needs to know that this season is beginning right now. And all of us, whether it be leaders in the state or residents in Victoria, we need to know that a hurricane could come in like Hurricane Harvey. And the best thing we can do right now is to begin to get prepared for it right now. The state is getting ready to make sure that we have all the resources we need, whether it be in the Victoria area, the Corpus Christi area, or up in the Houston area. Wherever it may happen, if it happens, we will be ready to respond.
Governor Abbott, we thank you so much for your time and for your answers. Best of health to you and to all Texans.
You too, be safe and have a great weekend.